Richard Spencer is a prominent figure in the alt-right, and he did a get-together in Washington and gave a speech here. The Atlantic has some video for us. Let's watch.
Hail Trump! Hail our people! Hail victory! No one will honor us for losing gracefully. No one mourns the great crimes committed against us. For us, it is conquer or die. The mainstream media, or perhaps we should refer to them in the original German, Lügenpresse. It's not just that they are leftist and cucks. It's not just that many are genuinely stupid. Indeed, one wonders if these people are people at all. Or instead soulless golem, animated by some dark power to repeat whatever talking point John Oliver stated the night before. To be white is to be a striver, a crusader, an explorer, and a conqueror. We build, we produce, we go upward. And we recognize the central lie of American race relations. We don't exploit other groups. We don't gain anything from their presence. They need us and not the other way around. Within the very blood in our veins as children of the sun lies the potential for greatness. That is the great struggle we are called to. We are not meant to live in shame and weakness and disgrace. We were not meant to beg for moral validation from some of the most despicable creatures to ever populate the planet. We were meant to overcome all of it, because that is natural and normal for us. The press has clearly decided to double down and wage war against the legitimacy of Trump and the continued existence of white America. But they are really opening up the door for us. America was, until this past generation, a white country designed for ourselves and our posterity. It is our creation. It is our inheritance. And it belongs to us.
Yeah, I think it's time to stop calling them the alt-right movement and even maybe stop calling them white nationalists. That was just a neo-Nazi. That's what that was. Everybody in the crowd, you saw everybody out there. Yeah, they were doing the fucking Nazi salute. Are you fucking kidding me? No, the rebranding, the alt-right, the white nationalist. No. That's neo-Nazism right there. That's what we were looking at. I mean, let's break down some of this stuff. So apart from the fucking Nazi salutes, which is kind of a giveaway that maybe you're neo-Nazis, he said, "Hail Trump and hail victory." Replace Trump and with a different word, and what is it? Heil Hitler. Hail Trump. Heil Hitler. Hail victory. You're like, oh, Kyle, come on, you're stretching. No. Hail victory. You want to know what that sounds like in the original German, as he said about Lügenpresse, which again is a Nazi term? Sieg Heil. Another Nazi fucking salute. Hail victory. Okay, he's literally using the Nazi salute. He's using the Nazi terminology, and he just replaced, Hitler with Trump. And the rest of the speech, I mean, it was clear with the rest of the speech exactly what he's talking about, too. So, for example, he kept saying, he said at one point, Lügenpresse, again, that's the Nazi German way of saying lying press. And he called it, of course, he had to sprinkle in the modern lingo. So he's like, they're cucks. You're in the middle of giving like a fucking overtly white supremacist neo-Nazi speech. He's like, cuck. It's so goofy. And then understand he literally dehumanized the media there. Where he's like, that I'm wondering if they are human. Now let me ask you a question. Who do these people think runs the media? The Jews. So you think that's not like, that wasn't on purpose, this dehumanization of the media, and they think the media is run by Jews? So again, dehumanization of Jews. He's laying it all out there for you. I mean, the Nazi salute should have been a sign enough that this is exactly what they're getting at. And then I love, so these were my two favorite parts because of how colossally stupid they are. He says, to be white is to be a crusader and a conqueror and a producer. Or not? Not all white people are the same. Why are you talking about, like, what's so funny is these people will rail against left-wing collectivism. But then you just made a collectivist argument right there. To be white is to be a crusader and a conqueror and a producer. Well, what about the ones who aren't crusaders? What about the ones who aren't conquerors? What about the ones who aren't producers? I mean, there are plenty of dudes. I mean, we could show you. We could take you to fucking, a trailer park in Tallahassee, and you can take a look for yourself. We can go to Kentucky. We can go to the cities. We can go wherever the fuck you want, and I could show you, okay, that white person is lazy as a motherfucker and likes to play video games. That one's a CEO who's a hard worker, but he's not interested in being a crusader. You see, people are individuals, and people are different. So you have to go on a case-by-case basis. I know that's hard for simpletons like you to do, Richard Spencer. But you got to go on a case-by-case basis and see, okay, this person's an idiot, this person's intelligent, this person's somewhere in the middle, this person likes to do X, Y, and Z, this person likes to do the rest of it. So this idea of like, oh, the leftist collectivism needs to end. Anyway, now let me use collectivist arguments about white people and talk about how white people are all these things, which, by the way, he thinks are great. He thinks being a crusader and a conqueror is great. Right, but when Al-Qaeda tries to do crusading and conquering, what do you say about them? Oh, it's a terrorist! But when you do it, oh no, it's cool. So I get to be a crusader and a conqueror and kill civilians, and it's cool. But when they do it, oh my God, they're terrorists, they're wrong, and they're evil. So I don't know, stop viewing black people as a monolith, stop viewing Jews as a monolith, stop viewing white people as a monolith. We're all different. Guess what? I'm the same skin color as you, but I'm not a fucking idiot. See, there's the difference between us. And then also, I love this one. So he talks about how the minorities, and they need us, we don't need them. Really? So, again, collectivist thinking. They're all the same, we're all the same, the groups, and this is how it works. Okay, so how did President Obama need you? How did he need anybody's help? He seems like a pretty hard-working guy, didn't he? I mean, he got his way to the fucking White House, went to good schools, worked hard. No. But see, to them, that's either the exception that proves the rule, or they just say, no, he's not a success, and he got all of it through affirmative action. Right. He got in the White House through affirmative action. Geniuses we're dealing with here. How did Neil deGrasse Tyson need you? How does Neil deGrasse Tyson fit into your model of, white supremacy and collectivist thinking, how white people good, minorities bad? How does he fit in there? One of the smartest guys on the planet. How does that work out? How did he need your help? Are you smarter than him? Are you smarter than Neil deGrasse Tyson, Richard Spencer, and the fucking morons? Oh, by the way, also a hilarious moment in that video. I don't know if you saw it. As he's ranting about basically the superiority of white people, there's this fucking fat-ass dude wearing an orange shirt with man titties that gets up and walks back, and you see him walking, back towards the camera. Oh, yeah, no, we're totally superior. Where are my Cheetos at? Yeah, he looks like a superior man with his fucking lard belly overflowing through his shirt. Again, these guys, and I mean, just one more example here. They need us. We don't need them. How about Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan? Did basketball need him? Did golf need Tiger Woods? Ask the people today who make gigantic paychecks for playing golf if they appreciate Tiger Woods being in the country. Again, this gross, broad, generalized stereotype thinking. They're bad, minorities bad, white people good, Jews bad, blacks bad, whites good. No, how about there's good people and there's bad people of every, race. Is it really that hard to wrap your mind around? But again, they want to view the world in this black and white didactic way. So these are the speeches that they give. And again, I don't even know why I'm bothering to break this down in so much detail. It's not like they're trying to hide it. You don't need my commentary. You saw it. You saw all the fucking Nazi salutes. You heard Hail Victory, which is Sieg Heil, which is exactly what they said in Nazi Germany. And you heard Hail Trump. So enough with the euphemisms and the alt-right and the white nationalists. You're fucking neo-Nazis. That's what you are. And you're also fucking idiotic. There was also an allusion to, we're the children of the sun or some shit. What's he talking about there? Again, this is hearkening back to the Nazi pseudo-religion. This mix of like paganism and Nazism, and it became like a state religion where Hitler was the god. So he's hearkening back to the mythology, and it all stems from German mysticism. German mysticism, they believe, Aryans were the superior race, and there was a time in history when Aryans conquered everybody and ruled everything, and then they lost their rightful spot because of those damn dirty Jews. And all this, by the way, is bullshit. It's all that there wasn't an Aryan race that conquered the world, and then so it's all basically a religion. So this guy, you're listening to him rant, he's a religious fundamentalist, talking about the fucking sun, we're the children of the sun, and it's running through our veins, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about? You sound like any fucking jihadist on the planet, talking about how Muhammad flew on a winged donkey or some shit. It's all stupid, it's all bullshit, it's all not true. Reject this hatred and this nonsense, and start using your brain and being rational and reasonable, and view people as individuals. And of course, let's face it, typically people like this, they don't even know, this person probably doesn't even know any fucking minorities. He doesn't know any black people, he doesn't know any Jews, he's not friends with them, because then the second you have friends who are of a different group, you go, oh, so they're not that bad? I mean, what's the problem? I don't see a problem here. We're human beings, we're individuals, we're complicated, we're complex, but he wants to boil it all down. Them bad, us good. They're working on a project in Washington now to try to lobby Trump. I really hope Trump is significantly more reasonable than these guys. And I think he is, by the way. So I'm not just saying that. I think he paid lip service to people like this, but he's not as crazy as fucking these guys are. So I hope he fucking shows them the door. I hope he shows them the door, because they're setting up shit in Washington. I don't know if it's a think tank or whatever it is. They're going to write policy papers. They're trying to mainstream white supremacy and neo-Nazism. Look, just because he's wearing a suit doesn't mean he's telling you the truth. Remember that. Just because this guy, he's all dapper with his fucking tie, doesn't mean that the people in the audience aren't giving the fucking Nazi salute. In fact, that's exactly what the fuck they're doing. So keep that in mind and understand what's really happening here.